body feels like summer rain. Tastes like sweet and sour every time I talk you. If you ask every night of you, let me lose. Everything you do is up to you. The weak is the weakest. Never explain it. If you ask every night of you, let me lose. Everything you do is up to you. The weak is the weakest. Never explain it. If you ask, see if I wanna do it every time that you know. You can ask every girl that I've been to. But the way that she treats me, it's better than every girl in the world. And every girl she gave me is like fate. Your kisses in my body feels like summer rain. Tastes like sweet and sour every time I told you. If you ask every night of you, got me loose. Everything you do is up to you. The weakest, the weakest. Never explain it. If you ask every night of you, got me loose. Everything you do is up to you. The weakest, the weakest. Never explain it. If you ask. It's kicking in. It's stronger than anything I've ever felt. You're here, but you're someone else. You said that you were never gonna lose track. You said that you were never gonna go back.
Dear activators, guests, supporters of the startup community, and all of you joining us online, welcome to the final day of the 6th season of ABLE Activator Entrepreneurship Program. Tonight, Tonight, we all get to hear 6 amazing business ideas that were developed during the course of the past months and get to know the teams behind them. My name is Alexandra, and together with Mikhail, we'll be your hosts tonight. Both of us Both of us have presented our ideas on this very stage, and it is a true pleasure to be back and to see the community thriving and the ecosystem gathered for a dose of startup energy and to support the teams presenting in front of you tonight.
Just wait a minute. I see so many faces I know in the crowd that I just really want to savor this moment in future as well. So please allow me to save this moment together with Alex so that we can remember it next year as well. Thank you so much. And this is exactly what makes the Activator program so special, that it was created from the community for the community. And it would not have been possible without our extended circle of friends and supporters who are with us here today. So a big thank you to all of you helping us spread the entrepreneurial spirit. Your support is really invaluable.
But before we get to hear the team's idea, Michiel and I would like to give you a quick rundown of what happened in the past 6 weeks and how our participants prepared for the demo day today. As you can see from the schedule here, they were quite busy.
The ABLE Activator Season 6 journey started at the beginning of February. During Module 1, Leadership Ignition, Thinking Like an Entrepreneur, 28 extraordinary people set off on quite the adventure together. They started the weekend as complete strangers, but by the end of it, they already felt like they had known each other for such a long time. The module included sessions on character development, motivation and inspiration, unveiling the leader within, as well as many team-building activities.
Module 2 was devoted to the path to the customers. Teams were formed during this module. For that to happen, participants grouped into teams from 3 to 5 based on their individual interests, skills, or a project idea that attracted them together. During Module 2, the participants explored how to align their team's idea with the market. The teams went to a series of hands-on exercises with potential customers. They utilized the exceptional tools and techniques that our partner, Entrepreneur, kindly offered to us. A big thank you goes also to Limpoum as well, who welcomed us into their office in Central Sofia and made us feel at home this year as well.
And Module 3 was about innovating and collaborating within a team in order to create a customer-centric product or service. At the center of the module were the design thinking and idea presentation workshops. Extensive work on business modeling, as well as marketing and pricing strategy followed. Teams were challenged during that module with their first formal pitching sessions in front of a jury. Our hosts for that session were our partners and friends at Bosch Digital Bulgaria.
Before we continue with Module 4 and 5, we'd like to take a minute to appreciate the diverse group of mentors who were there for the teams throughout their Activator journey, providing them with valuable feedback and guidance. A big round of applause for our amazing mentors who have volunteered their time and energy throughout these past few weeks.
Module 4 was about go-to-market strategy and finance. We got a comprehensive understanding of the key elements involved in bringing a product or service to market successfully. The focus was on strategic relationship management with partners and customers. Entrepreneurial finance provided comprehensive guidance and strategy for managing financial resources when a company is launching or scaling. The module concluded with another pitching session held at the premises of our general sponsors from SiteGround.
The last educational module, Module 5, was focused on sales, venture capital, and legal insights before the final pitching session today. All teams learned how to prepare for investor discussions and what it takes to comply with the latest regulations. They pitched their ideas in front of a panel of honorable jury who gave feedback and assessed their final presentations. Huge thanks to our hosts at Hyperscience for welcoming us to their office during that weekend.
Today is April 3rd, and it's a demo day. And I can see that all teams are excited to present their ideas in front of all of us. But before that, I just want to say a huge thank you to all the speakers who took the time to share their knowledge and experience with the activators. All our speakers and lecturers volunteer their skills, knowledge, and experience with the shared goal of improving the entrepreneurial environment in Bulgaria and helping participants grow to their full potential.
Did we already mention that the activators were busy on Wednesday and Friday evening too? During the course of the program, we held an event almost every Wednesday and Friday night where the activators get to know the stories of the most successful companies from the local startup ecosystem and do some proper networking with people who can later on become their co-founders, mentors, or investors. Big thank you to all our hosts and friends at Networking Premium, Entract 127, Lean Plum, Post Digital, Update One, SiteGround, Work Better, Hyperscience, DreamX, Resonator, and Campus X, who hosted our educational modules and Wednesday sessions.
Now that's quite the program, right? Right? It's incredible. So a big thank you goes out to sponsors and partners without whom we wouldn't be here tonight. Thank you, America for Bulgaria Foundation, SiteGround, Update One, Soft Oni, Phone Arena, Bulgarian Small and Medium Enterprises Promotion Agency, and Storepool Storage. And a special thank you goes out to our strategic partner for this edition of the program, iCampreneur, who provided. You can see that the activators really made use of their platform. They provided it for the teams to navigate through the initial steps of development of their solutions.
A round of applause also to our product sponsors and partners as well. Better, Rubar, Harmonica, Vidas, Dolce Gusto, Edelweiss, and Hillbeer. Thank you. Thank you to our product sponsors for keeping the spirit of the activators high.
It is now time to give the floor to several people who would like to address our participants and guests. First, I'd like to invite Nadia Zakharieva to the stage. She's a program director in private sector development at America for Bulgaria Foundation, who are the general sponsor of this program.
It's great to feel the energy in the room. Thank you all for being here. They say that life is the best coach that can teach you to do business. I don't know whether I agree with that 100%. I think that ABLE Mentor is a wonderful program that can give you, ABLE Activator, ABLE Mentor is a wonderful program that can give you a shortcut of how to succeed. And it's up to you whether you will learn and take what you learn at the Activator. Why does America for Bulgaria support ABLE? Because we need all of you, the young, the free-minded, the entrepreneurial, the brave people who would contribute to the development of our economy and of our democracy. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Ms. Zakharieva. Now, for a second speaker, we're pleased to welcome Ms. Pomena Arabojijska, Investment Executive at SiteGround, General Sponsor for a third consecutive year of the Activator program.
Wow, so many people. Hello, everyone. I'm really proud to be here tonight, surrounded by so many young and talented people. My name is Plamena, and I'm representing SiteGround, the company I've been working for more than 10 years now. We've sponsoring this incredible program, ABLE Activator, for third year in a row, just because we believe that there are many smart, well-educated, and creative people who are able to generate brilliant ideas and transform them into a successful business. Maybe some of you know that SiteGround was created like an idea between friends in the university. And 20 years later, we continue to learn something new every single day. We continue to gather our experience, and we really want to share our knowledge with you and help you succeed it. This incredible program, in this incredible program, more than 170 people took part. More than 36 or 32 ideas was created. And your motivation and your talent inspire us every single day. And yeah, we are sure that you are able to generate new ideas and make them succeed. Best of luck tonight. We're excited to see your ideas in action.
I thank you for the kind words, Ms. Arabodziska. I'm pleased now to invite to the stage the Executive Director of ABLE, Kremena Dervenkova, who would like to also give a welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the demo day of ABLE Activator, and thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight. Once again, it's been quite a journey, not only for the 6 teams presenting in a bit, but also for the organizing team who put this program together for the 6th time. Let's give them a big round of applause. Once again, we selected the 28 brightest candidates to form teams, generate ideas, and go through all key stages of starting a business from scratch, which is more or less the formal framework of the program. What really happens is that those people get to learn from some of the brightest ecosystem players, get to work with amazing mentors, and they also get the chance to meet their next co-founders, co-workers, and friends. Today we celebrate the growth of our community because we have 28 more people that are much more aware of their entrepreneurial potential, much more confident in their leadership skills, much more willing to take up new challenges and create value within the ecosystem. Of that, I'm sure. In any case, dear Activator, I hope that the program has been transformational and worthy, and I can't wait to see the long-term results of it. Because we, ABLE, are here for the long game. Soon to be a 13-years-old organization, we've had quite some chances to witness how people's lives change, sometimes tremendously, after going through such an intensive and immersive startup experience, and then getting into the ABLE community of entrepreneurs and business professionals who really push you forward, and it's very hard not to progress around those people. A lot of people ask me, what's the impact of the program? What happens to the people who graduate? And I'm going to give you a very quick snapshot so you get an understanding of how things look like since we started the program in 2019. So without counting the current cohort that are in the room here, we have 143 people who have graduated the previous editions. 10% of them started 12 companies. Around 20% of them joined the companies or its startup founders whom they met as a result of their integration in the ecosystem. Around 30% of them volunteered as organizers of the next editions, and around 25% are mentors in all our programs. This is roughly how things look like from a 5-year perspective. And by the way, we have 0 dropout rate, something we're particularly proud of. I'll be around later if you want to dig into deep further. But now, back to the demo day, which is about celebration, but also about appreciation and gratitude. We wouldn't have come this far if it wasn't for the consistent and invaluable support of our partners and sponsors. Having even the greatest vision, the infinite volunteering power and organizational capacity, it's just not enough to carry out a program of highest quality and professionalism. And I'm happy to say that the support we receive has been steadily growing throughout the years, which comes to show that we're doing something meaningful. We're doing the right thing. Here comes a big, big thank you to America for Bulgaria Foundation, who have always played a central role in our development as an organization and a community. A massive gratitude also goes to SiteGround, who have been a general sponsor for a third consecutive year of the Activator programs. A million thank you goes also to the generous sponsors of this edition of the program: Updata One, Software University, Bulgarian Small and Medium Enterprises Promotion Agency, Phone Arena, Storpool Storage, and our individual donors: Пресиян Каракостов, Светозар Георгиев, Константин Дженгозов, Жеко Колев, Белизар Маринов, Пламен Петров, Мирослав Джуканов, Иконом Филипов, who also deserve a special mention because they set the example of the paid-forward attitude, which is extremely crucial for any ecosystem to flourish. And I very much like to thank you for that. And last but not least, the strategic partner of this year's edition, Vesco Kolev and Iconpreneur. Of course, none of this would ever be possible without the passion and professionalism of the team led by our dear program manager, Jana, who have done a remarkable job over the past 6 months. A lot of people also joined us from the ABLE community and the broader startup ecosystem as lecturers and mentors, and I would also like to very much thank you guys for making this program a truly valuable and enriching experience for our participants. And last but not least, I would like to thank the 28 stars of tonight's event for your dedication, your strong engagement, and your determination to really bring those ideas to life. I know you've prepared stunning presentations, which we're all very much looking forward to see. So without further ado, I wish you best of luck, and remember, we're here for you. Thank you.
Wow. We have one more final guest. Last but not least, please welcome to the stage Ms. Yana Perperieva, Program Director of the ABLE Activator program.
What a full room! Esteemed guests, dearest partners, mentors, speakers, my beloved team and participants, thank you all for joining us tonight to celebrate the final demo day of ABLE Activator 2024. It's been a roller coaster ride of emotions, starting with the meticulous application process through the sizzling interviews, and then for us, it's been such a tremendous challenge handpicking the top 28 of all the candidates and then joining you at Model 1 the first weekend. I still remember the raised eyebrows and faces with slight distrust when you were faced with those unusual activities which were designed to bring out your inner leader, to address certain biases that you have, to build a community out of 28 strangers. It was amazing for us to observe and to become part of this experience. I'm really looking forward to hearing your presentations and seeing what the past 2 months have amounted to, but I'm looking even more forward to our future conversations together where we get to see what the entrepreneurial skill set and tools that we have given you have how they've manifested in your lives, expanded on your personal interests, hobbies, beliefs, and life goals. And the most exciting and anticipated part of this event is coming up shortly. I know everyone's looking forward to the pitching session, and I'm not going to take any more time, except for a brief, very egotistical, personal minute for a little anecdote. So whenever I'm faced with an unexpected challenge, my immediate instinct is to ask myself, it's all happening perfectly. What good can I make out of this? And the truth is that the 6th edition of ABLE Activator has proved challenging in so many unforeseen ways. So a big thank you to all our supporters for believing in us and believing in our mission to spread the culture of leadership and entrepreneurship in Bulgaria. I look forward to continuing doing glorious things together, but a bigger thank you to my amazing team of 34, more than the participants. And I would feel terrible if I forgot a single name, so I have a little list here that I might reference to, so please don't judge me too hard. I'm gonna do my best, starting with Алекс Граматикова, Боряна Петрова, Боряна Балканска, Владимир Христов, Владимир Стефанов, Вики Дочева, Велислав Славев, Димитър Димитров, Естел Василева, Елица Иванова, Илияна Мирчева, Калин Младенов, Константин Петров, Любомира Дончева, Миро Джуканов, Мила Кирова. Продължаваме с Запеко, Милена Грудева, Михаил Пламенов, Номи Филипов, Паулина Петрова, Стоил Стоилов, Сара Босари, Теодор Недев, Христина Балабанова и списъкът няма да е завършен без невероятните Кремена Дървенкова, Ани Валева, Лъчезар Йорданов and сменихме малко езиците, Иван Шанладжев. It's been a privilege and an honor having a team such as yourself, and I wish for everyone in life to have such amazing people that you can rely to, draw inspiration from, and get advice for. Without further ado, it's time for our 6 amazing teams: Easy Flow Solutions, Single Pass, Exalia, Vitality Plus, Playdate, and Missia. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Jana. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. It's time for the teams to deliver their pitches, so please listen very carefully. Here's how it's going to look like. The teams will have 5 minutes to present and 5 minutes to answer questions from the jury. The timekeeper, Anna, she's sitting right there behind the jury. We'll give you a signal when the 5 minutes are over. Once you hear that signal, you know your time is up. This is for the teams as well as for the jury.
And now, for all of you in the audience in person and online, you also have the chance to ask your questions by scanning the QR code on the screen behind us, any minute now, yes, or going to the link in Slido. Please bear in mind, it's very important to remember to include the team's name when you post your questions, so we know after that to which team to deliver it.
Just a minute, I see a lot of phones, so we're just gonna take a minute so that we make sure that everybody scans. If you don't scan the QR code, you can always go to the URL, and it's a very simple hashtag, it's just ABLE. Okay, that's more or less it. So, the evaluation criteria. After all teams have presented, the jury will evaluate each project based on 5 criteria. How strong is the value proposition? Did the team manage to show evidence of market validation? How viable is their business model? Is the potential market properly defined? And also, are they a well-balanced team? The average of all scores will be the main factor in determining the best performance tonight.
Now, before I give the floor to the teams, I will introduce the members of our distinguished jury. Nadia Zakharieva, Ilya Kristev, Prisyan Karakostov, Pomena Rabodziska, Svetlin Nakov и Stefan Ganchev. A big round of applause, thank you.
Now here is the order in which the teams will be presenting tonight. First, we have Easy Flow Solutions. Then we have Single Pass. Next up is Exalia. Then we have Vitality Plus, Playdate, and last but not least, Missia.
Now, the moment is here. I'd like to welcome the first team on stage, Easy Flow Solutions.
Hello, hello. My name is Ivan. I represent Easy Flow Solutions, and today I'm thrilled to present to you our idea of solving the manufacturing inventory management inaccuracies with real-time tracking. Now, let's dive down a little bit into the problem to understand what it is. ERP systems do not accurately reflect the real consumption of materials on the production line, relative to the data provided. That means that the ERPs do not account for shortages, they do not account for human error, unexpected maintenance, or any other reason why the production line might stop. So boiled down to what the problem is, what you use is not what you actually have planned to use. Now, this is how the process looks like on the field. You have the procurement, you store whatever you have procured in terms of materials, it goes in the production line, magic happens, and then you have the outcome. However, you do not, again, account for all of the issues we have described. Now let's put this problem into a numerical perspective. The formula looks like this. You have the total cost of inaccurate inventory management that consists of 5 things: lost sales, waste, downtime, holding, and emergency procurement. Now, the thing with this formula is that it scales. The bigger the manufacturer, the bigger the problem. Now, who is mainly affected by this problem? Where basically everyone that is in high volume manufacturing and has critical need of good inventory management and effective waste management. That would be electronics, that would be pharmaceuticals, that would be, plastic, pharmaceuticals, automotive, and electronics, and a bunch more, basically where you have units of something. Now, this is how our solution fits into the problem. As you can see, it's the same diagram. However, now we're able to track in real time how the materials are being consumed on the line. And our IoT SAP integration solution is the product. Now, this is how it looks to the administration. What I've showed previously is how it looks to the people on the ground, and this is how it looks to the decision makers. They're able to make real-time decisions with real-time data. They're able to optimize their outcome. They're able to manage inventory more accurately, and they're able to reduce their waste, which results in cost savings and sustainability, which is very important for us. Now, the market that we have established in Bulgaria, using the sources provided below, we know that the total addressable market is about 6.5 billion euros, which is huge. Our service addressable market is 2.6 billion, and what we're actually able to obtain is the huge 50 million euros that a startup is able to acquire. Now, what are the benefits of our solution? And that would be very important. We're seamless in our integration with SAP because we work on top of it. There is no need to train staff and make them scan barcodes on specific items or input any kind of information, ins and outs. And you're able to make those customizations in the software. You don't have to fiddle with the sensors. And that also, frees hands, and you're able to allocate those hands in other places. Now, our partners are industry leaders in Bulgaria in terms of data management, data processing, creating, manufacturing, and integrating IoT solutions. We can come back to this later. Now, why us? First of all, we have a unique approach to resolving this problem. Our solution scales, just like the problem, And we're very committed to sustainability because this is the challenge of our generation. This would be our current team, which is a very highly qualified, with a proven track record team of software engineers, businessmen, and organizers and HR people. Of course, we have a wider team that we will be able to present later. What we would want from you is first, allow us to meet and partner with industry experts that will allow us to clear what we don't know, and of course, funding, as any startup needs. Thank you for your attention. My name is Ivan. Have a good night.
Thank you. Now we'll just wait for the team to get on stage, and then it's the jury. All right, dear jury members, now you have 5 minutes to ask your questions.
How does this exactly works? You attach some kind of tag or whatever. I didn't see what's inside this technology.
All right, so what you're asking, how the system would work on a high-level view, this is how it looks like. You have the manufacturing process, you have the IoT sensors and devices that collect the information. They send into the ERP system through the APIs available. They're open. Like once you partner up with whoever, you're able to access that system. You're able to process their analysis with the live data. You're also able to pull this data into your own cloud and do the process there, and obviously do the necessary improvements. On a lower level, if we're talking about machines, this is how it would look like. You have the input sensor, you have the machine information that might come out as XML, you have the weight sensor. Ooh, weight sensor double time. Sorry about that. That would be the output, the processing unit, and the tracking module. That is the actual mind of the given system that tracks the given machine.
I was asking about what do you attach into existing factory, like a hardware, some scanners, or what you additionally put if I already have a factory?
You just need to put in lasers in front of the entry port and the output port and the waste.
Okay.
Do you have any competition? Is this a totally brand new product, or there's something like that on the market already?
I'm glad you asked. This is an amazing question. The thing is, this is not a generalized solution. Every factory that scales wants to have this, but they want to have it as a proprietary software for themselves. So SAP, for instance, have the necessary endpoints to provide this information, but they do not provide the actual solution of how it would work on a different factory. They kind of tell you, you get to solve this problem yourself. So the integrators of SAP would do this. What we want is we want to provide a generalized solution that anybody can use, that is widely available for small, medium, and large manufacturers.
And nobody does that now?
Ironically, no, and we looked into a lot of places.
So how do you integrate in the production line? Do you need, like, how much time do you need? Do you need to cut the production process in order to install your hardware, in order to make your tests and everything? And how does this affect the business, day-to-day business of your potential customer?
Okay, well, it really depends on the flow of the current production line. In an ideal world, the integration would be very simple and very straightforward because you just need to install the sensors. And as soon as you know what machines the manufacturer uses, you're able to prepare and do it in the downtime. You know, it's not necessarily to do it while the production is running. It may be done in the off hours. So in an ideal world, there is no downtime.
Okay, several questions on that side.
Sure.
You can choose what to answer. So, how much money do you need? What do you need them for? Time to market, because it's a concept, right?
Yes.
Time to market compared to the money that you need.
Okay.
Then market in general, we saw some very impressive figures, but this was the revenue of the companies that you're targeting, right? For the Bulgarian market. What was this 6.2 billion? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what is the actual market for the companies that are using similar? I mean, what is the revenue that you expect? When do you expect it? Depending on the funding that you need, time to market, and so on. I mean, give us a general idea. What is the business like in scale, in revenue? What are you looking at?
All right, I think I will be able to answer most of those questions. Starting with the time to market. I think within 1 year, we will be able to create a release 0.1 version of the software that will be able to process and analyze the information. The hardware stuff, that would be one of our partners that we have mentioned here. We kind of already have this problem solved. It's just a matter of installing them and talking to them. So that's not as much of an issue. We want to provide software. We don't want to provide hardware. That's not the goal. You also asked about the funding. The truth is, the ideal funding for us would be 200,000 euros initially in order to really get us started, because we will need to procure the necessary hardware, we will need a lot of legal advice, and we will also need to do a lot of compliance, because going into a factory is not that easy. Believe me.
Thank you. Time is almost running up. There's 5 seconds left, so I have to interrupt you. Thank you, team. Next up, we have Team Single Pass. So please welcome them to the stage with a loud round of applause.
Thank you, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here tonight in front of all of you. And I want to talk to you about a problem that I'm quite passionate about. It's a problem that I have discovered in my professional career. So I've spent nearly a decade working as senior leadership various positions within the fintech industry. And now what I came to realize is that the onboarding process is one of the most critical ones, but it's also one of the most difficult ones to get right. On average, in fintech, 64% of users who start their onboarding journey do not complete it. 64%, that's 2/3. It's a huge number. And the biggest reason for that is usually the KYC step. For those of you who don't know what KYC is, it's the step where they ask you to take a picture of yourself, a picture of your ID, and then upload it. And sometimes, to make it even more fun, the companies request proof of address, so sending your electricity or water bill. Now, this is also a very big problem for the marketing teams, because you imagine you spend a lot of time developing your marketing campaign, you put billboards, ads, online, offline, and then 2/3 of the users that you manage to get on your website don't complete the registration, so that's money down the drain. This is where Single Pass steps in. We want to make this easy. What we want to do is instantaneous onboarding for various businesses that need to identify their users. How we do this? Very simple. You integrate, if you're a business, you integrate with our software via an API. You set up your risk tolerance. So for the non-compliance people among you, these are the risk rules that you implement so that you know what kind of customers you're okay with. For example, I want clients who are over the age of 18 and are Bulgarian nationals, but I would not accept Iranian or Ukrainian residents. So this is your risk tolerance, and businesses already know that, so it's not something new they have to come up with. And then it's easy. You just onboard your customers within 5 seconds. This is how the exact process would look like. So let's imagine that Svetlin opens a Revolut account today. He would go through the full KYC process, and at the end of it, he's going to provide us with his consent. Hey guys, I'm cool if you store my data so I can use it sometime in the future. Now, a few days later, or weeks or years, he says, hey, I want to open up an account at Nexo. What we would do is we would ask his permission to share the data, and then he would be onboarded there within seconds. That's brilliant, right? And the impact for the businesses is even better. We estimate that we would be able to double conversions for the businesses. Respectively, we would also cut customer acquisition costs in half, and 1/3 of your KYC stuff could be focused on other more high-impact tasks. The market size for this is huge, and we searched quite a bit on the internet for that. We're looking at 90 billion euros, and that's going at 12-13% per year for reshareable identity. What we hope to target within Europe and crypto and fintechs are 200 million euros. Now, our business model is going to be very simple at first. We're going to charge a premium fee of 5 euros per verified end user, and this is within the current market range, somewhere near the top, but it's feasible. In terms of competition, the good news is we have some, the bad news is we have some, but we believe we have a first mover advantage when it comes to certain countries within Europe. And the good news is that it's also possible to execute from a legal point of view, which is what we've been working on during the activator. Now, to execute a brilliant idea, you need to have a brilliant team behind you. And over there are the lovely gentlemen who are going to join me on stage in a second. We've got two very good advisors who are helping us execute this. And now, the next steps. What are we going to do? We want to adopt 1 or 2 early users so we can co-pilot with them before we launch our MVP and our prototype. The ideal customer profile, so if any one of you can help us with contacts, that would be brilliant. We're looking for crypto exchanges, fintech companies who are based in Europe. And we're looking at onboarding a legal and a UX person to join the team so we can develop the brilliant solution, obtain the licenses that are required for this, and launch our MVP. We've made some calculations, and we've established that we need 350,000 euros to get going. But if you can help us with mentorship, guidance, and contacts, we would also be very thankful for that. 1 verification, multiple users. Thank you from Single Pass.
Thank you, Single Pass. Now, the jury will get to ask their questions, and for you in the audience, you can ask your questions online.
Let me start. I see on your competition chart that basically there are a bunch of other companies doing as well this multiple, multiple use of single verification. So I don't understand exactly what you guys are doing differently. Like, what's your competitive differentiator? What's your advantage?
Thank you for the question. So basically what we're trying to do is reusable KYC or reusable identity. The current business model of all these competitors that you saw on the slide is you get verified and you need to get verified every single time when you open up an account. What we want to do is you get verified once and then you can reuse that the next few times when you have to provide this kind of data. Because what happens is a lot of various institutions or companies are asking for the same set of data, which is costing money for the business and for the user.
Quick question. Thanks so much for the presentation. Have you validated your idea with any company so far, and what was the feedback that you got? Because I'm an investor in a similar business, and pretty much the main challenge is go to market. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the question again. We spoke to a lot of companies that are potential users. For example, one of them is Nexo. We spoke to their head of compliance, and everybody who we spoke to believes that's a great idea, and they see a lot of potential in it. So yeah, basically we spoke to companies, and they would like to continue our conversation, and when we have MVP, they will be able to discuss.
Why they're not using something like that already, if they're so thrilled about it?
They do. They use KYC verification, but it's not reusable. It's a single verification each time for a customer.
Why they're so excited about this? Like, what's their benefit?
Well, the benefits were shown on the slide. Basically, we believe will 2x their conversion and also lower their CAC, which is pretty high at the moment. It's around 200 to 300 euros per customer in fintechs.
How does this work with GDPR requirements?
That's not a concern. We're going to obtain all necessary requests and consent from the end users. We have cleared that out with a legal expert, a compliance and DPO expert, so it's not a legal challenge.
And who will be responsible for the data storage? Who will be
So we as a company we would hire an internal person who takes care of data protection and all the data storage.
So you own your own servers and you host the data there, right?
Correct. That's the plan. That's the plan.
do you think that your competitors will sooner or later copy-paste this idea, and because they already have higher market penetration, you will die?
Well,
It's easy to copy idea. It's not exceptionally complex.
that's a valid question. So in this case, if you already have a customer database, you cannot simply share their credentials or their sensitive information to other companies. So they would need to start from stage one by asking all these clients, hey, you can use my data for these purposes. Of course, it's possible that competition tries to copy us.
Yeah, but you need to have big enough customer base in order to reuse this. Because if Revolut doesn't accept your verification, I still will lose my time to send their documents and photos and everything else.
That is indeed the biggest challenge, getting to a critical mass of users. So the more users we have, the more efficient the model is.
Quick question about the new European law that is going to come into effect, the digital IDs. When that happens, what is going to be your value prop? Because pretty much, users are going to be able to share their data a lot easier than currently.
Yeah, so having this in mind, the digital IDs, they're projected to be live by 2030. So that's on one side a great confirmation for us that this is the right thing to do now. And also we believe if we go to the market early, we'll be able to implement our business to companies so they can use those digital IDs easier.
So we are planning this with EIDs in mind. So this is part of the working model. One way to input your information is by scanning it, by taking a picture of it. Another one would be by sharing it from whatever solution the Bulgarian government comes up with. So you still need to do a screening of your users, and it's not simply showing, hey, this is my ID. We need to verify that's indeed you. You're not on any blacklist, you're not a PEP, etc., etc. I'm not going to bore you with compliance stuff anymore.
Can you repeat two selling points, key selling points? We heard one of the key selling points several times. Give me two.
Well, you win a lot of customers, you save a lot of money, and you mitigate your risk.
Okay.
So basically what we want to do is a very thorough KYC, which is performed once, and then we never bother the end users with it again.
Okay, that's a good one. And the second one? A simple one.
It's beneficial for the business.
Okay.
Do you think that Evertrust is a kind of competitor? Because once I register and validate my data, I can sign many documents and enter in websites and whatever.
That's a great one. It was one of the competitors we were initially worried about. But what they do is they provide electronic signatures. They are not providing reusable identity at this stage. So you can use it to sign documents on your bank, but you cannot open multiple accounts or get verified with it across platforms.
But if Evertrust come and sign with Revolut, they will be easy for them to integrate, and they have proven track record in several countries, and they're far ahead from you. You are at the idea stage, they already have customer base.
What is the question?
How you will compete with them?
Yeah, joke aside, of course we don't know everything yet. However, they still will have to verify the customers once again, and they will have to, their customers will have to allow them to use the verification multiple times. So yeah, we know that, and however we are pretty agile, we're a small team, we believe we can move fast. So yeah, we believe we'll be live in a few months.
Thank you very much, Single Pass. A big round of applause. Now, our next team is Team Exalia. Good luck.
Hello, Sharks. My name is Krasimir, and today I'm going to present you an opportunity to get in on a really exciting deal, which is to revolutionize the event discovery specifically for companies. Let's understand a little bit how global companies operate. For companies, as they expand in new markets, it is really important to have a coverage over many different regions. Let's look at Payhawk, for example. They might be based in Bulgaria, but they have many locations globally. And one of the important things for them as they scale is to have coverage in many of those regions, meaning they want to know what events are happening so that they can increase their sales, they can increase their marketing. And so it's really important for them as a B2B company to have a good coverage, and that is a really important channel for them to understand events. The problem is that Payhawk at the moment has Bulgaria as a location, which covers 18 other countries, meaning that for some local markets, it might be easy to know what's happening, like Germany, but for all of Eastern Europe, it is very, very complicated, and this causes challenges and makes it essentially impossible to track what is happening in all those markets and maximize that benefit. We understood this is not just a problem for Payhawk. 75% of small and medium companies lose business opportunities by missing events, so they don't have a proper coverage of the markets in which they want to expand. We estimated that this equals to 220,000 as a missed opportunity, which could be realized. And we think this is actually a conservative number because we found out that for Payhawk, just for Eastern Europe, this number is 3 times higher. So what is it that we're actually doing? At the moment, companies look through many different sources. So they go on many different platforms to find events for a given location or a market. And this is problematic because the data is scattered sort of all over the internet. You don't have really personalization. So what we decided to create is instead of looking through all these different sources, we bring all the events into a single platform. And we also provide powerful AI suggestions based on your specific business goals. So for example, if you're Payhawk or some other company, we provide you suggestions based on your specific target market, specific customers, specific company type that you're targeting. On top of that, we provide you in-depth suggestions for the events that we recommend that we think are highly relevant for you out of all the noise. We also give you valuable information such as specific people and specific companies that will be attending those events that will be interesting to you, as well as the total cost that we estimate for your team to attend this event in general. We also created functionality based on our research where you can also enter the leads you already have as a B2B company, and we can give you valuable information on where they already are attending so you can develop those relationships further as well. We estimated this to be a huge market. So in-person events is actually one of the biggest, if not the biggest, channels for B2B companies. For many of them, it's the most important channel to build relationships and to expand their business. So it is actually a huge market as a whole in the hundreds of billions, and we think we can actually capture 5% within the whole budget that globally companies spend on this market as 5% for a software solution that will massively optimize their overall process. And we're starting with companies similar to Payhawk that have a location where they want to target many markets from a single location to understand what's happening. So in the first few years, we're targeting roughly about 1% of that market. Which results in about 240,000 revenue, and we believe we can expand quickly to 100 customers in first year and reach 3 million revenue by year 3, which is also our break-even point. One of the important things about our go-to-market is we want to position ourselves at events, which is also the product we're providing, and we're going to use our own platform to find the best opportunities, selling directly at the places where people are attending, and reaching the right customers effectively, and also partnering with ecosystem builders, event creators, etc. What we're most proud of is actually our traction. We already have 8 large companies in Bulgaria that have committed to using our product and see tremendous value. And as you can see, we have really strong conversion rate across the stages, and those are multi-million-dollar opportunities with some of those companies. This is how the landscape looks at the moment. There are many different platforms that sort of give you a little bit of the picture, but there is no single solution that brings all the events in a single place and provides powerful suggestions for business, which is what is the niche that we're actually achieving. We have an exceptional team, which we're also really proud of, with the ability to execute on this successfully, covering all the core competencies, with also people who have founded startups multiple times. And we're quite confident also with the advisors that we have, who are experts in their field, that we can achieve this. So we're looking for 300,000 investment to scale our progress and to deliver an exceptional solution to a wider market.
Thank you. Now it's the 5 minutes for the jury to ask their question, and I encourage everybody to go online and post their questions to Team Exalia. Here you can see the Slido link. You can tag your question with Exalia, so then we'll answer them. Dear jury, your turn.
Let me start. So what's your, I did not understand, what's your business model with your customers? Is it like some kind of a subscription model, or what is it exactly? And if it's a subscription, how do you retain those users? Because after all, basically, they'll get into your system, they'll basically get what they need, and they don't need to stay there for longer.
Okay, so I'll go through the business model we have. We want to have always freemium account. The freemium account will be just the calendar, a basic calendar with all the events that you'll need. You can browse and search for it. We'll have the standard account for the medium companies that will use that will benefit our the standard account with again the event calendar together with all the analytics needed, and in year 3 we want to launch a premium account, which will be for a large corporation that has a lot of different markets and will need additional support, customizations, and etc. So that's about the business model that we're planning and the retention.
For the retention, essentially the really unique value that we're seeing for customers now is that it's really, like there is no way for them to achieve this at the moment. Like they kind of give up sometimes, and it's super hard for them to do this at the moment. So we provide them a super simple way to do it. So we believe that they'll stay as customers.
Then one more on the events. Who does the validation of the events? Are you guys going to each one of them? Because it's very, it's very easy to get a description of an event, but actually in reality to be something something that sucks, and people are basically losing time there.
Thank you. So if you go on Facebook or LinkedIn, there isn't validation per se, so anyone can post events as it is. So we're not claiming that we're providing additional validation, but what we are offering as additional value is one.
Yeah, but you're charging for it.
Sure. We're charging for the convenience of not having to go to many different platforms, as well as, like, if you have 1,000 events at the moment and we use AI to provide you with the top 10 for you, this is actually the value that we're able to provide on top of having all that infrastructure and data. So in terms of the specific question that you asked, I think the value that we're really focused on is not really verifying events. It's more our AI can be extremely smart about what is it that you're looking for, which no other platform can achieve for you. So you can do it manually, or you can not do it at all. But it's a no-brainer for a company that wants to optimize their sales and marketing.
So basically the main thing about this whole thing is how accurate the data is and how relevant it is. How do you gather the data?
So we have our own technology that already we can collect information from existing platforms. So platforms that are LinkedIn and Eventbrite and etc. So we already have validated that we can create a effective scraper that works. And so once we have the baseline data, this is already a step further than the existing platforms, because there is the data is scattered over 100 places. So already having one platform is a huge milestone. But on top of that, we use AI models that are available to train them and modify them to that use case. So essentially, there is a lot of valuable data within events, such as who are the speakers, what is the history of that event, other information that we can find in order to be relevant to your specific goals.
So basically, you scrape the data from structured platforms that, let's say it's LinkedIn, something else like that. You don't go to the web. You don't create lists of websites that you scrape that would be relevant with events and so on and so forth. How much of the events do you think are available on the platforms that you scrape?
So we definitely don't only target a handful of platforms. We definitely we'll start with some of the large platforms, but probably 80% of the events happen on some random communities, random websites. They're not even on those platforms. Like some of them happen on some mailing lists, and if you're like not on that mailing list, you just don't know about it. So we can essentially scale this. Like there is no sort of hard limit on how much we can scale, and we believe we can actually cover the vast majority of those sources.
It would be about, then it will be about money, scalability is connected with, processing power and all that. So it's a totally different game when it comes to how much it costs and what's the complexity of it.
So dear jury, one last question, please.
What would be the pricing? I mean, you said subscription, but what type of pricing do you envision?
As we have on the slide, we are initially starting with $200 a month as a subscription. We know this is on the lower side, but at the moment we're trying to sort of scale in the market and improve our platform. So the more our platform improves over time, the more value it will be able to provide, the more we will improve our models. Over time, we're also going to add additional functionality to charge more, but we already see that $200 a month is a reasonable price that most companies are willing to pay, and it saves them a lot of money.
Thank you, Team Exalia.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Team Vitality Plus. Please welcome them to the stage.
One week before my wedding, my father suffered a heart attack. For a couple of days, we didn't know whether he would make it. And I still remember how powerless and shocked I felt. Luckily, my father recovered and is now living a much healthier life than before. But this accident is not something rare. Do you know that Bulgaria is country #1 in EU for low expectancy of life, number of cardiovascular diseases, and last for exercising? I'm Rosie, and together with our team, we want to change that. According to the National Institute of Health, the 3 main prevention factors are physical activity, diet, and not smoking. That's why we decided to tackle physical activity first. Our interviews showed that the main blocker for people 50-70 to start exercising is their lack of motivation and discomfort. And the main trigger to change are their children and medical events. The younger ones, meanwhile, shared that they're looking for a way to help their parents improve their lifestyle. That's why we decided to empower parents through them children. Our solution? A simple mobile app which will give our parents 30 active minutes per day while feeling connected. The goal is to help them build and create simple moving habits. It is a simple Spotify model where, for example, I create an account, add my parents to it, and together we put our daily goals and challenges. A challenge could be, let's walk the distance between us, or let's climb both together by taking the stairs for a month. It has simple step stairs and video exercise challenges. And even it reminds me to give kudos to my mother for her achievements. There are many alternatives on the market, but there rarely seems to stick. And the reason is that they're not designed for the specific needs of our segment, people who are difficult to motivate and a bit afraid of technology. Our main competitor is Mighty Health, but they operate in the States. What Vitality Plus stands out is a very simple interface in a local language, strong gamification, and shared experience and accountability to your family and friends. Our market worldwide for digital health and well-being is 93 billion, of which our sum is 2 billion and is focused on Eastern Europe. We plan to acquire 1% of it by targeting Bulgaria, which means around 7,500 accounts, and then grow internationally. We offer a mixed B2B and B2C model where we charge $11 per month for a family subscription of 4. And going to B2B, we will use the successful model of Mighty Health and offer our product to insurers, employers, and private hospitals as part of their social benefit package. Our target buyers are young people 30 to 40. To reach them, we'll use 2 go-to-market channels, partners and influencers. To get our first 100, we work with internationally renowned longevity scientist and entrepreneur in prevention, a motivational speaker with more than 20,000 subscribers, and an inspirational trainer who was able to motivate thousands to improve their habits. To reach our first users, we focus on people 50-70 who are already somehow active. That's why we partnered with the biggest tourist club in Bulgaria, Srnena Gora, and we have the support of 5 doctors. This is our landing page with 82 potential early adopters. And our goal is to create and validate the MVP, then go to B2B and expand internationally. We are a passionate team with diverse experience, including in startups, healthcare, and psychology. We have almost everything we need, in fact. We have a developer, product and project manager, sales and marketing person. What we don't have, and all we need, is 50K for you to create our MVP and help us fulfill our goal, which is to help our parents improve their health span. Thank you.
Thank you, Vitality Plus. Now the jury will have 5 minutes, and you have all the time in the world to put your questions. Not all, until the presentation ends.
It looks like I fall directly into your target group. So I think I'd ask you the question. Right now, I walk a lot, and I use a free app on my phone. Why should I pay $11? I didn't quite get the gamification part.
What app are you using, if I can ask?
It's the health on the phone.
Yes. Okay, then this simply means that you are among of the exceptions based on our validation and interviews, and I personally want to congratulate you for that. It is a rare case, yes. What we want to achieve is more people like you. This is our goal. So we're happy to have you, and if you like our idea and want to help us, you can subscribe to our page and then recommend it to other people in your circle.
Walking is actually great, but the bigger problem of the Bulgarian people is actually the mentality and their habits. I'll give you an example. My mom is 84, and every week she goes to Fantastico and buys this awful cufteta, and she eats that shit. And I'm telling her for years, that you should stop buying, processed meat from an average supermarket. But she doesn't change her mind. I mean, so. It's not just by a gamification app that you can brainwash this generation of people. So, do you think that just what gamifying is good enough, or?
Yeah. I can share a personal story. I kind of succeeded to help my mother. She's 63 and she started fitness, and now she's 10 months going every week, twice or 3 times a week, and she never had sport. So finding the right way to a person, it always works. Maybe with your mother, if I recall correctly, if she's 84, maybe this is not the best solution for her. But we target people who are just now, like validation show that people 50, 70 are the perfect timing, because now is the time when people start feeling more and more comfortable in this group with technology. They use it for Viber, for Facebook, and also they are often far away from the family and the people they love. And this is a good way for them to have this virtual experience, shared experience, where they can do something together.
Just to add to your question, so we do plan to start with steps, but we also plan to expand in the future. That's why we show the 3 prevention factors. We want to start validating as soon as possible with our MVP, build on the platform, build the features that could help more people in their prevention journey.
Quick question about the shared experiences. Do I have to do the experience as well, or just my family has to do it? Yes, a serious question. The challenges, do they have to be from all the parties, or it could be just from the parents that have to do it and I can just pretty much organize it and clap on and stuff like that?
So the idea is for the whole family to do it together. The reason being that through shared experience, research shows both primary and secondary that people are much more likely to engage in both physical and in physical activities. So yes, the simple answer is we would like the whole family to get together and do something together, not only because that acts as a good prevention to the elderly, but also because that's good for bonding. And that's something that throughout our interviews we saw that young generations are looking forward to as well.
Does this mean that we need to make our parents addicted to their phones?
Well, that's a very interesting question. Our main goal is prevention. So the simple answer is no. If there is a way to get prevention without, no. But the whole idea is to have something nice to do together. If they walk, they can only open the phone and see that they've done the steps or done the challenge and receive the badge, but it doesn't need to be on them in their hands constantly.
They can use our app instead of Facebook, for example. So replace Facebook social media with something.
So you
healthy.
provide photos of the kids as well?
That's a good feature.
One.
It's just a funny comment. I think grandchildren are the ones who can get us up running, so and motivate the grandparents, but not an app. I don't know.
Thank you, Vitality Plus. Big round of applause. Next team is Team Playdate. Please welcome them on stage.
Dear jury, ABLE community, family, friends, my name is Michaela Barokova, and today I'll tell you about Playdate, the most efficient way to find a racket sports partner and schedule your next game. In a year, over 2 billion reservations are made for racket courts throughout Europe. This means that by the end of this presentation, over 20,000 courts will be booked. An estimate of 23 million European players are making these reservations, and it can take them anywhere between an hour to sometimes a week or even longer to schedule a single game. What is taking so long, and why are we wasting time? The first problem is scheduling itself. Finding a time and location that works for both you and your partner, then logging onto the tennis court website, checking the slot that you picked. It's not available, then calling your friend again and doing this again and again. Sometimes it takes so long you don't even end up playing. And this is if you're lucky to have a regular sports partner. This brings me to the second issue, finding the right partner. Everyone who plays a sport that requires another person to practice with knows how important it is to find somebody that you really click with at the same skill level, the same level of motivation. So our solution to both these problems is Playdate, the quick and easy scheduling solution with personalized matchmaking. In short, booking a court and finding a sports partner in under 5 minutes. So how does this work? You go to our online platform and you have a quick chat with Buddy, our AI-powered chatbot. It's going to ask you about your preferred sports, your skill level, availability, and location, as well as your preferences for a sports partner. Based on your responses, it's going to set up your profile and start matching you. The next time you open the platform, you can give Buddy a prompt. Hey, Buddy, please save a tennis table for me for next Thursday after 2 p.m. in Lausanne, and Buddy will do it all for you. You can specify when and where you want to play and with whom. So at this point, you might be wondering, what if I want to play with my friends? We've got you covered. Buddy can send them invites through the platform, or if they're not on the platform, they can get a text message. It's as simple as that. It's based on a first come, first served basis, so the first friend to respond is going to be scheduled to play with you. So we don't have to open any web pages, do reservations. We're doing this for you. What is our market? There are 132 million racket sports players globally. We're focusing on Europe, so that's 23 million players. With a conversion rate of 5%, we're looking at a little over 1 million racket sports players. Our go-to-market strategies, we have a landing page where you can test our chatbot, and we're posting it on different Facebook groups and Viber groups where people are already using to find a sports partner. This is what it looks like. We're also partnering with amateur tennis tournaments where we're creating a free monthly account for all participants. And then everyone who signs up gets 5 invites for their friends in exchange for a free subscription for 1 month. This helps you build your circle on the platform and helps us, build our database. Our business model is based on subscription, specifically €399 per month. So our main revenue stream is B2C, but we're hoping as we develop partnerships with different sports venues to add some B2B revenue streams. We know we have plenty of competitors. We have matching platforms, the social media groups, specific apps. We also have booking platforms such as Click and Play, platforms that both match and book. So how are we different? In 4 key ways. The first one is we're offering gamification in ranking and signing up for tournaments. The second one is the convenience of having booking and matching on the same platform. And we're not just booking, we're scheduling for you. So we're offering the efficiency in that. And last but not least, we're offering the comfort of you playing with your friends. Why are we the best team for the job? We have over 10 years of experience researching customer experience, product development, as well as over 25 years of experience in sales, locally and abroad. What are our next steps and how can you get involved? We are already outreaching with our landing page. So if you're a racket sports player and you want to join our waitlist, scan this QR code. You can also check out our beta version of our chatbot. In the next 3 to 6 months, we're hoping to develop our chatbot further and also acquire our first 100 paying customers, which is our product market fit. And we need 50K investment for that for development and marketing. And in a year, we're hoping to get our first paying customers in Western Europe, specifically from Spain, Italy, Great Britain, France, and Germany, which make up 75% of the European market. And we would very much appreciate some strategic advice on scaling on that. So if you like racket sports, if you want to play, if you want to check out our chatbot, or if you want to help us on this journey, scan the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Team Playdate. Please welcome the rest of the team to the stage. Now it's the time for the jury. You are going to have 5 minutes to ask your questions. And once more, we encourage you to visit the Slido and post your questions to the team.
I have a question. How you will handle the bookings? Because some tennis centers does not have a API or some kind to connect and book with them.
Yeah, thank you for this one. We actually find out that maybe around 90% in the tennis courts in Bulgaria do have an API integration, and this is through Click and Play. There is one very famous platform that you are booking your court. So we are planning a partnership with them. Does this answer your question?
So they can acquire your company someday?
Or maybe the other way around.
Or you can use them for faster time to market. And
exactly.
Yeah, I had a similar question. I didn't understand the Click and Pay. You just do the paying for the court, but what the actual availability of the court and stuff like that? Does the system do that as well, the Click and Pay? Or your system is going to do that, so I have to install, if I'm a court owner, I have to install your software on something?
right now, nothing. You just have like just to nothing from the tennis court.
Okay.
If that's your
I'm a tennis court owner, so do I have to install your system in order to be able to to have the availability of different courts during the different times of the day and stuff like that?
Right now, no.
Or yeah, to clarify your last question and answer the next one. So first of all, Click and Play is a simple booking tool, which is used by many players that actually integrates availability of tennis courts. But that's it, like nothing more. They don't have profiles. They don't have basically, they don't organize tournaments. They don't have the matchmaking. They don't have basically anything related to skill levels or anything of the employees. So not employees, players, sorry. Like what the difference is with basically Playdate, it's a B2C product, meaning that basically if you're a racket sports player, you want to play with somebody, you can either invite all of your friends with whomever you already play with. Usually, as Mishtu presented already, you specify your preferred locations. What we see that many people actually prefer, like location is the key asset, and then the second part is basically availability of the court. Availability is actually scheduled by seasonal passes. Like the majority of tennis courts, they basically have regular players that already have booked courts at that time. But like I believe that we have some info over here from the interviews that we presented. That 70% of the Rocky Sports players, sorry, I have a screen here, thank you. 70% of actually all of the people that we interviewed and continue to interview actually looked for a partner and didn't actually book anything. So there is a problem in terms of if somebody cancels on you and you start looking for a replacement, there's no way to do it. No, real bad. Thank you.
The levels of the players are different. How would you make sure that I don't play with a rookie?
That's a very great question, and it's actually already answered by like the whole tennis community or any other racket sports community. There is a simple EU rating system, not a simple one, obviously it's already been developed. We want to adopt it and basically train our chatbot to basically benchmark you against other players. How can it actually work? I'm not trying to explain how tennis works currently, but just simply in order to kind of basically have the same, like attain your rating, you can actually play against better players and weaker players so that you can actually move across the different groups. Obviously, you know your friends and you can actually place them, so you can kind of, each and every one of them can actually play against you so that you can achieve this. And afterwards, basically you can achieve better rating based on competitions that we, as Mish suggested, plan to do.
We're also integrating rating, so you can rate the people that you've played with. So if they lied about their level, they're going to get rated lower as well. And we keep track of wins and losses, so we can benchmark on that as well.
So basically what you're doing is using a platform that is ready when it comes to, courts, availability, and so on. And the service that you're providing to me is giving me a match that is basically, to a big extent, based only on skill level, right? On a very simple taxonomy when it comes to, who I match with.
Yes, and we're also doing the scheduling. So the booking platform, you have to find a slot yourself, talk to your partner, go back and forth and open the website, and we just do that for you.
Okay. So it's like a, social media platform. I mean, very basic one. That has a very basic functionality when it comes to who am I interested in, right? I mean, it's like you don't have anything else around, because for me, I don't play tennis, but for me, there is a big social element in that. And if I were you, I would focus on, do I use, for example, psychologists and get in more deep, when it comes to actually what I'm looking at for a tennis partner, have the personas, structure it and so on, and focus on that when it comes to, do I have any key selling points? Because I don't have at the moment the feeling that you have any key selling points, if I have to be honest.
Thank you. There's time for one more question.
Just a comment is basically, if I can answer your comment, basically they have to pitch it better. It's like Tinder for tennis.
All right.
But with
Thank
booking.
You. Team Misia is setting up. Please take the stage. It's yours.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diana, and I'd like to present to you Misia. It's a treasure hunt in a box. It's a fun and exciting outdoor experience which takes you from one location to another by solving a riddle. This is our team of 3, and it's our passion for Bulgaria which united us to work on Misia. We have an extensive experience in game design, hospitality, project management, and event organization. And now I'd like to take you to a moment in my professional career when I felt happiest. And when I think of that time, I think of this amazing team and all the fun activities we did together to help us bond. And then these are photos of another team, which I left in less than a year. And that's right, there are no photos, because we didn't do anything together to help us bond. So I left. And that puts me in the statistic of 80% of people who feel disconnected and therefore lack motivation and leave their jobs. So we came up with Misia, a fun and exciting game which is tailored to improve team communication and takes you outside of the office. This is our product, which we tested and developed during the ABLE program. We have prototypes for you to have a look after the presentation. Its market research shows that Treasure Hunt is in the top 5 choices for team building activities for tech companies. This means that employees' engagement can directly drive companies' profitability. Our business model is B2B. We are targeting tech companies, and we plan to conquer 1% of the market share in our first year of operation. This would mean that we would reach 120 companies in the first year, and that would give us a total revenue of 48,000. We plan to charge for our product based on the size of the team. So, for example, a team of 20 would be charged 400 leva, and they would be given the relevant number of boxes for their smaller teams. We will be breaking even at our first year of operation, and we will have a positive net margin profit. So, for example, Tecnissimo, a tech company, their project manager, Ivan, is looking for an activity to take them outside of the office for his team of 10 plus. Research shows that IT companies can benefit by solving riddles, and that helps their creativity, communication, and problem-solving skills. How we will approach them is we will start with a cold call to their HR department with the hope to book a meeting. Then after conducting a meeting with them, we will send them a personalized proposal for the size of their team. We would then follow up with emails informing them about our live events and future locations that we would unlock, and hopefully that would help us to lock the sale with them. We are aware that there are other competitors on the market. We believe we are better because we are more cost efficient. We don't provide an animator, meaning you don't need to align a schedule with another team building company. It's self-organized, so you can do it at your own time and convenience. And by choosing us, you're choosing to donate to a local cause, because we give 10% of our profits to a local cause. Furthermore, our game is specifically designed for team bonding, and you would find additional questions for that within the prototype. Our plan is to conquer all 28 regions in Bulgaria in the next 12 months, and then we would move on to new segments, such as schools. Our ultimate goal is to become the #1 game to experience Bulgaria. We will rely on bootstrap financing, so what we need from you is your contacts and your mentoring. I'd like to say a special thanks to all of our mentors who have given us their time and advice during this program. And thank you all for listening. Now I open the floor to questions, and please have a look at our prototype.
This was Team Misia. Now the rest of the team will come to the stage. Once more, jury, you have 5 minutes to ask your questions. And to everybody else, you can post your questions online.
within the box, you would find instructions on how to play, their individual riddles, translated both in English and in Bulgarian. There are also ice-breaking questions for the teams to spend time while they walk between locations. And in the end, you get a prize, which is a collection token, which you would find at the very last envelope.
And it is only for Sofia for the moment, right?
Our first location is Sofia. We already tested the event by doing a live event in Sofia, but our ultimate target is in the next 12 months to develop all 28 regions in Bulgaria.
How long does it take to play this game and tour? What's the distance and what's the time?
I was trying to show you a slide which also answers that, but we seem to be missing them. It takes between 2 to 3 hours to play the game. This one, right? Yeah. Sorry. What's the distance? So in each of the envelopes, from location to location, we give you an exact time how long it would take you to the next location. It's anything between 5 minutes and 15 minutes from location to location.
Do you plan to use NFTs?
Thank you for the great questions. We haven't thought of that. That's the honest answer. But we are open to suggestions. So,
do you have different missions? For example, when I played once, I will never play this again. This is just like the escape rooms.
Correct. Yeah, we have, and they're all connected with a local cause. So they are, for example, if they are supporting Tutuara, for example, which is actually the case in our first mission, it's built around the questions, and the quest is built around it. And so it's not just a different city. We plan like the collection token, it's just a part of a map of whole Bulgaria. You want to do whole Bulgaria, but as well in the different cities. For example, in Sofia, we will have Bohemian Sofia, and so on and so on. But it will be as well connected with the local cause.
Can I just add to that question? We're doing it this way because many companies currently choose to take their teams outside of Sofia. And when they go to a small village, they don't necessarily have anything to do in the area. So our game is offering a mission for every region in Bulgaria. So that's an option for pretty much every company that would go somewhere to have a short radius to go and play our game.
Maybe similar question. What's your retention strategy? Because you mentioned that this year you'll be reaching around 110 or 250 companies. How do you make them to be your client next year?
I'm not sure if it's visible here, but besides the regular packages that we, let's say, put in our business offer for the company we're making, we suggest them to subscribe, which will give them the option to receive the new locations whenever we open them in order to have them on a better price. They will be the first one to test them. They will be the first one to learn about them. So this is a way to have them as a recurring customers.
And how do you compete with the online apps and platforms that exist and that are international and offer tours in Sofia including?
We're different because, yes, there are options in Sofia, but I myself am from Burgas. There's only one option in Burgas at the moment. So if you're looking for your team building activity in Burgas for a treasure hunt, there's only one option, or you would need to hire a company. Or in the case of my brother and sister who own a business and regularly take their teams in the radius of 2 hours of Burgas and Varna, they don't have options for a self-guided treasure hunt or an activity where they are not using an animator and can take their team.
Wouldn't it be easier just to join these platforms and develop treasure hunts for them?
We have considered partnering with some of them. At the moment at the ABLE program, we started with this product, and then we will see where the world takes us.
Yeah, my question is very similar. Why not digital? Why did you do it analog?
Maybe I'm the person to answer. Because when
Go
you
to NFTs.
when you touch something, it feels more premium, it feels more real, and I want, like, my personal mission in life is to bring people outside of the digital world and make them connect themselves. And I just want, like, this is just a tool to make them connect, and I don't want them staring at their screens. Actually, in the rules, only one person in a team is able to look at their phone and like look for information there. So yeah, like, that's the reason.
Dear jury, one last question, please.
What would be your cost to produce this one? One of these.
One box costs 15 lev.
To produce?
Yes.
And based on that, our very first client is already making a profit because, for example, for a team of 20, we would split them in 5 people in the team, so they would need 4 boxes. So our cost for the first 20 people is 60 level, 15 level multiplied by 4 teams, and we would be charging them 400 level from that. So we're already on a profit.
Thank you. Thank you, Team Misia.
Dai-mi un microfono.
Now, this was quite a wonderful set of presentations, don't you think? So give it up for all of the teams, please. Well done. And now that we've heard all of the presentations, it's time for the jury to cast their vote for which team performed best tonight. Cremena over there, dear jury, Cremena over there, we will escort you to the place where we have about 15 minutes to make your decision, and then you come back to us.
Good luck. Okay, and while the jury evaluates the pitches, we would like to give the opportunity to the audience to also cast their vote for the best performing team according to them. From this point on, you can vote for the team that got your attention and deserves to win the audience award. You could scan the QR code here or go to Slido and cast your vote. Now,
dear guests and online viewers, we would like to help you make up your minds. So for that, we'd like to invite 2 participants from every team to join us so they can elaborate further on their projects based on the questions that you posted online. So dear teams, please, let's have 2 representatives from each team.
Така окей ли сме? Супер. Okay. Make room for your... Yep, great. And the last team is here. Okay, great. So the first question that I have is from Dimitar, who asks single pass. What if my data changes? How often are you going to check me on this, and how are you going to handle it?
Amazing question. So first we would like to start with that your data stays the same, like your name and your date of birth is still the same. However, there is this perpetual KYC, that's the term of it, and basically that means every day you're being checked whether you're added to any blacklists or something like that. Also, when you add your ID, for example, there is expiration date. So once your card is expired, you will be reminded by us that you have to change it. And if you lost your ID, that depends on you actually. So yeah, you have to figure it out. But of course, as I said, every day there is a check whether you're added to any blacklist or something like that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now there is a question to EasyFlow. How did you validate that this is a problem that wasn't? Just a moment.
This wasn't already solved before.
That wasn't already solved before.
Can you hear me now? Okay. So basically, there are some companies that try to solve this problem, but they're using different platforms. They're making their own platforms, and most of the big manufacturers, they use SAP. So what we want to do is to integrate this solution into the SAP platform. And the validation process, we talked with quite a lot of manufacturers, big ones like Schneider Electric, Arsenal, and so on.
Nice.
Thank you.
Next question. Exalia. Where does the data come from that 70% of SMEs lose opportunities?
We attract both from our interviews. Basically, we made interviews from sales, marketing, and HR departments. And we use specific data from one of the are struggling for missing the events that are important for them and for their business approach.
If I can just add something on the opportunities, what we also found out during those interviews is that very often companies have a budget, have a huge budget for marketing and for events, but they find it at the end of the year that it was inefficient, so they didn't meet their targets. They didn't attract additional customers, they didn't make any sales, and that's a problem because in the next year they cut that budget, so we're gonna also try to make that more efficient. Thank you.
Thank you. So Vitality Plus. Most people in your target group are not tech savvy. Have you tested your UX?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So actually what we did is from an UX perspective, we found out there are like several things that people on this user group focus on. One is like really easy verification, which is something we plan to build on the MVP. So meaning that the person who is the user doesn't necessarily have to do some complex verification. And the other one, which is why we need investment in designing, is the easy design, simple, big words, local language, and all those things. So these are the things that through validation we found that our user group needs to be addressed on.
Also, just to add, so people that are between 50 and 70 already use, according to our interviews, they already use Viber, Facebook, and some really basic applications to go and do calls and chats with with their kids and grandkids. Therefore, we will, as Drau said, you will make it as easy as possible for them to use it, just like they used Viber.
Thank you.
Thank you. Playdate. Why would I pay €4 per month if I only play with friends? I can just call my friend. How will your app know that the specific person is my friend indeed?
I love this question. I don't know who asked it, but thank you very much for it. So the truth is that we actually validated two different Playdate personas, like people that casually play only with their friends and are not interested in kind of playing with anybody else, but still they find it very hard to actually schedule. So this is where our product comes in handy. And the second persona is exactly those challengers, I would love to shout out to Nasko Pushkarov out there, just because he's a master in tennis and he always loves a challenge. And those are the people that are going to kind of look for their perfect match from that case.
Great.
Thank you.
So, Misia, what are your plans to scale?
Oh, sorry, thanks. So our goal is to reach out to companies that are foreign companies, and we're willing to, it might sound super brave from our side, but our goal is to make Bulgaria a popular place where people from outside will spend time and explore. Yeah, to bring them in the country and basically see it the way we do.
Yep, great. So next question is for Single Pass. Who is paying the €5? The customer or the company where they register?
Hello everybody, I'm Danny, I'm a software engineer in Single Pass. Thank you for the question. So this is an already established place. So the €5 is paid by the business. And for each verification that you make and you register, every company is paying €5 or some other number just for you to get into their platform.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I believe there's the final 2 minutes for you to complete your voting.
And we continue with more questions.
In the meantime.
Yeah. EasyFlow, do you have a working MVP?
Well, unfortunately, at the current moment, we don't have a working MVP.
There is time. Mr. Do you want to take the next question?
Single Pass, how do you derive that the 64% lost customers in onboarding data?
Yeah, actually, we have this knowledge both on practical and theoretical side. So on the practical side, actually, our domain expert, Spasi, who presented here, she worked in 2 fintechs, global fintechs, around 300,000 users back then. So this number is confirmed by both of them, between 50 and 80. Also, there is this report from Limino, which is confirming this number again. It's between 50 and 80%.
Thank you.
Next question is for Vitality Plus. How is your app different from Fitbit?
Yeah, that's actually a good one. It's what makes us different is that one thing we mention is that we focus on family bonding and on the user group who is 50-70. But the other thing is that most of the competitors out there, like Fitbit, are focusing on the fitness explicitly, not on the prevention part, which we are focusing on.
Thank you. Misia, can you tell us more about the game and how are you different from your competition?
So our main competitors are treasure hunts, which are organized with an animator, and they need to have a person on place. While with us, you just grab the box and that's all you need. You don't need to set up anything. Like the treasure is actually the city, the secret gems in the city or in the village. We plan really to expand in the real secret gems of Bulgaria and show the people Bulgaria as a local as we see it. Another thing that is differentiates us is that we are actually in the game mechanics, we are incorporating and trying to make people talk to each other. It's not just a treasure hunt. It's everyone is having 2 persons in a team are having rows and they rotate every turn, and one is the captain and is the only person who is able to touch the box and read the quest, and only one person is able to touch a phone. And there are other secret team bonding techniques in the game, which you may check if you are interested.
May I add just something to that? We mentioned that we are covering a cause. So in the case if our cause is related to people who are unable to see, one of the
task would be one of the participants to be with tight eyes and will not be able to experience the way the rest of them do. So this is one of the other bonuses, let's say, that we incorporate in the game, as well as our collectible token, which is actually a part of a huge map of Bulgaria based on a puzzle. So you build a puzzle while exploring Bulgaria.
Thank you.
Last question from the audience, and it goes to Exalia. How would you prevent users from avoiding you and just using Facebook? Because everyone is already there and it's all free. You can make the algorithm work for you.
So our biggest advantage is the analytics that we give, because everybody can go and look in Facebook or in LinkedIn or whatever for an event, but not everywhere you can find how many participants that event got last year, for example, or what is the difference between that event and a 90% similar one, and which one will benefit your company more. So basically, analytics in one word.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give a big round of applause for all the teams answering the questions. No. Stay. Yeah, great. So we're finalizing the results from the audience. The voting is now closed. But before that, we want to invite all other team members to join their team members here on the stage. Please come. Great. Yeah. All teams will receive special gift bags from our sponsors from SiteGround, and also special gift bags from our sponsor from Storpo Storage.
Here they come. And in the meantime, I would like to take the opportunity and congratulate SiteGround on their 20th anniversary. We wish them a round of applause is due. Yes, 20 years. We wish them continued success, growth, and prosperity in the dynamic world of website hosting.
Woo! Good job. And while the participants are still receiving their gift bags, a few words from me about Storpo Storage, who are also part of the sponsors of this edition of the program. Just maybe first take a quick photo of our amazing participants with their amazing gift bags provided from SiteGround. Yeah, great. Say cheese. Great. And now back to Storpo Storage. Storpo Storage is a leading global distributed block storage provider recognized for its capabilities and expertise in building high-performance data storage solutions. Storpo is the best block storage solution when building public and private clouds. They are also very cool people who believe in the importance of preparing the next generation of entrepreneurs through programs like ABLE Activator. Yay!
Now, just after you receive your gift bags, we'll move on, and then we'll see who got the award of the audience.
Exciting. A big round of applause for our amazing assistants who are giving their best to give the... Great. Did everybody got their bags? Yeah, great. So now smile again.
Because Lachazar, our program coordinator, we will award the whole team the certificates. So let's see
Who got the award of the audience
And
tonight?
the winner is Single Pass.
Whoa, please come in front.
Congratulations. You will receive additional mentorship and support from our outstanding mentors beyond the scope of this program.
Great. So now you could all get back to your seats from this way, please. Yes?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, all participants. Now, we'll get to hear again our amazing program coordinator, Jana, who is going to tell us more about the other programs that ABLE has. Big round of applause.
Hello again, everyone. It is my greatest pleasure to present to you all the entrepreneurship program that we do here at ABLE. So under the ABLE Activator umbrella, we in fact have 3 programs which are designed to help you accelerate through your entrepreneurial journey. Starting with our Weekend Activator, where we get to meet most of our participants in ABLE Activator. ABLE Weekend Activator is a 48 startup challenge which is meant to equip you with the critical and most basic skill set and startup thinking so that you can apply it to your next idea, whatever that idea may be. And we're very, very happy that we have about 10 editions right now that have given us the amazing experience to be able to build on them and then move on to ABLE Activator. In fact, some of the ideas that you heard here tonight were born during this year's or 2023 edition of ABLE Weekend Activator. So if you had a taste of what the entrepreneurial mindset is all about, and if you want to build on that and are ready to commit more time and more effort into developing your idea, then it's time for ABLE Activator, and I'm sure every one of you was pleased and quite interested to see what our 28 participants were capable of achieving in just a short 2 months. It really is mind-blowing and quite inspirational. Having graduated from ABLE Activator, or being part of a team that in fact looks for additional mentorship and more know-how on how to build their next venture, we have another program that's designed especially for teams who are willing to bring it onto the next level. That is ABLE Pre-Accelerator. It targets early-stage entrepreneurs, so if you don't have any financing yet, you're just working on your idea, but you're very much committed to your team, then ABLE Pre-Accelerator is the program for you. Our next edition will probably start in the beginning of 2025. There will be a long application process, and being true to our vision and the way we do things, we're going to go to each and every single application and make sure that all our teams are prepared for the next challenges to come. As you can tell from the time I spent with you here on stage and the amazing team that has taken turns being here, sharing their stories with you. As a community, as a group, we're very much committed to really enhancing the entrepreneurial landscape here in Bulgaria, starting with the very inexperienced, very eager to learn players, to the ones that already have a few years of experience behind their back, but are really struggling with the next stage. So having said all that, I want to share just a few examples of the different teams, of the different ideas that have gone through our programs throughout the years. We're very, very much proud of a few names that have grown to become quite known in the Bulgarian ecosystem and beyond. One of those startups is Foodbox, with its the co-founder of the startup, Jane Dimitrova. She was part of the 3rd edition of ABLE Activator, where she got to work on this idea that she had picked up as a concept in Italy. And then she brought it here and gave it a local taste, and that's what really made Food Box turn around. Now they're expanding into Bulgaria, Romania, and beyond. Apart from that, our notable alumni is Alex Gramatikov, who went on to found Mentor the Young, and I know it as a personal fact that a lot of you have entered being mentees or mentors in the program. We're very proud of that. Of course, Georgi Nenov, who was well known with his endeavors before he joined the Activator, but as I'm sure you know, if you have ever tuned into his podcast, he's a great communicator and a true speaker for what ABLE Activator and our mission is all about. There are plenty of more examples that I would like to share with you, so be sure to find me during the cocktail if you want to talk some more about our entrepreneurial programs and what we're willing to do to help you on your journey. And now that I see that the distinguished jury is back, we're really looking forward to hearing what decision they got around before that. Back to you guys. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you, Yana, again. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for is here. The jury has made their decision, and we're going to find out which team got the highest score today. But before that, I'd like to welcome all the teams to join me back here on stage. Woo!
The best performing team will receive a 1-year free shared plan and domain from our partner SiteGround. A one-year free access to the iCampreneur platform. The opportunity to use the co-working space of Network Premium co-working spaces for 1 month for free. And additional mentorship sessions with our mentors this season. And one more time, a big thank you to all of them who offered their time generously beyond the program's duration.
Woo.
Now, as we invite a member of our distinguished jury to join us on stage to announce the best performing team, let's give all teams a big round of applause as they did an incredible job.
All right. So, of course, blah, 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 blah. Everybody was amazing. Thank you very much. Thanks to the sponsors and everything. Thanks to the honorable jury and myself. So, I wanted to talk to you about problems. Tonight, I feel that this was my kind of problematic night. My first problem is that I was checking my Revolut for the last 15 minutes while we were doing the jury, and actually, I know, but it never sent me anything. So I'll remain, this problem will kind of remain unsolved. Another problem that I have is that I really hate those verifications and like give me your ID and give me your, I don't know what, and like take a picture and, do this, do that. So for sure, I was personally, touched by what the single pass guys are doing to solve this potential problem. But with the jury, we were having a long discussion about it, and we find the idea really interesting, but we find it also very, very challenging to be, to really happen. We see a lot of challenges ahead. So then we kind of went to see another problem. The problem of knowing where to go and how to go to events and what to do and like, crushing my head, do I gonna meet this guy there or that guy? And I'm gonna be able to speak to this potential customer, or it's gonna be like a useless, time for this evening going to this, gathering of anonymous, crypto traders, for example, or something. So for sure, this kind of a crawling of events and collecting all the data and suggesting, maybe including some kind of post processing of all this data, some AI maybe, and suggesting this to sales people, to marketing people, to anybody that's actually can win some time by having this information kind of digested. I think this problem deserves deserves a solution. So at the end, with a lot of discussions, we decided to give the award to team number 3, Exalia.
Woo!
Thanks.
Congratulations, Team Exalia.
Congratulations.
Stay here. More presents for your coming. And this, I would like to invite Ms. Pomena Arabodziska, who will present the gift certificate from SiteGround.
Congratulations. Next, I would like to invite on the stage Mr. Vesko Kolev, who will give the special award on behalf of iCampreneur.
Great. Let us invite on the stage Mr. Emil Shekerdziski, who will present the award on behalf of Networking Premium Co-working Spaces.
I just wanted to tell you a few words. So we as an organization have been supporting ABLE from the very first moment that we exist. And we will keep doing it most likely until the very last moment that we exist. We believe in entrepreneurship. We are entrepreneurs ourselves. Many of the faces I've seen a couple of times, I'm really proud to see you keep going on the same idea. It makes me happy. We believe that entrepreneurship is focusing more on doing the maximum out of what you have. And we believe you can use this thing to the maximum. Only in the last 6 months, we had 3 exits in one community. They're all in the same location, and they're open to teach the lessons and basically take the maximum out of it. And with everything that you have in life, Bulgaria is a great place. You can do a lot here, trust me. Keep it.
Thank you, Stefan, Pomena, Vesko, and Emil. Congratulations to Team Exalia, and congrats to all of our participants. You should really be proud of yourselves because you have achieved a lot. And remember, this is just the beginning. So congratulations to ABLE Activator, class of 2024.
Thank you for being part of this special event. And to all of you watching us online from near and far, we are closing off the official part. So wishing you all a lovely evening. Let's all gather for a group photo over here on the podium, and then we'd like to invite you to the cocktail outside in Hall 2. Beverages are provided by Hughes Brewery, Edelweiss, and Vidas. Actually, fun fact, Edelweiss is a brand started by an alumni, one of the Activator programs.
Wishing you all a wonderful evening and see you soon.